Welcome to the Yankee Recap podcast, where we talk all things Yankee and sports related content. My name is Theodore Kuhn, and this is Frankie Crespo. Two New Yorkers who love all things sports. Not right now, though. I'm not going to lie. We are in trouble. I am pressing the panic button. I'm not pressing the eject button yet. I don't think it's time to eject. But we are in big, big trouble. 5 out of the 6 games that the Yankees have played, they have lost. They have lost, and it's no excuse. It is terrible. It is awful. Every child should be ashamed. Every player should be ashamed that every child on the streets are watching these games. It's awful. I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to begin. I think I know where to begin, actually. I'm sorry. Let's just go over the games, right? It's not going to be that hard. Let's shift over to the first game, talking about Detroit taking on the Yankees. Game 1, where the Yankees lost to the Tigers 7-3. Ryan Weathers had a very bad start and left the game with only 1.5 innings pitched with a 5 ERA. And I made this prediction a while ago when the season first started that Weathers will just have these struggles and will give up runs here and there. So you kind of just have to trust him, and hopefully over time, that ERA drops. However, the fact of the matter is that Weathers didn't even make it out of the second inning, and what the fuck, right? It forced the Yankees to use the bullpen. And while I think there is something positive that we could get out of the Weathers, this just wasn't a good look. This was just another game where the Yankees only were able to muster up 3 hits in a performance where they struck out 13 fucking times. Spencer Jones and Ahmed Rosario were really the only players that were able to get a hit. And if there's at least one positive that I could take away from this, it's just Rosario is just one of these only offensive players that have been actively hitting. And we talk very highly about Ahmed Rosario. Frankie witnessed firsthand how glorious Ahmed Rosario is in the clutch. But the fact of the matter is that Ahmed Rosario can't be the only one playing. We're in a scenario where the Yankees are heavily injured. There are many players that have to take up spots, and there's not a lot of consistency going around because for whatever reason, they just don't know how to hit. But 13 strikeouts, and you couldn't even muster up one extra hit. Just 3 hits, all coming from Ahmed Rosario and Spencer Jones. Not a look. Not a good look. Not a good look at all.
Yeah, definitely. And the tough conversation is just Spencer Jones got called back down to make space for Trent Grisham, and I think Rodon is now officially out also with a left strain somewhere, I think on his rib cage.
Yeah.
And basically, yeah.
Are you in trouble, man? Like sirens.
No trouble yet. I'm not in any
Okay.
trouble yet. I might be if I continue talking about the Yankees, but the thing is, it's just one of those things where it's like Spencer Jones, even though he wasn't producing again, extra base hits is really a concern from Spencer Jones. Like he's really only hitting singles, which is fine, for what he has to do for the team, which is play defense and play hard every single time, and that's what he was doing. But the Yankees had to make space for their other higher contracts and stuff like that. I totally understand. The other thing I can really say is going into the second game of the Tigers and Yankee series, Cam, tough start for him, 4 innings, 6 earned runs, 5 Ks, and he gave up 4 home runs. This is something that you don't always see from Cam. Like, it's just something you don't expect. This is a guy who's a potential all-star starter, and we'll get into that a little bit later. Besides that, the offense is really slumping. Like, this is the worst Yankees offense stretch I've seen in such a long time, it feels like. Just Rice, whatever, he's having his struggles. Goldschmidt starting to get really cold again. Rosario went 0 for 3 that game. Cabby 0 for 4. Volpe 1 for 4. Schumann 0 for 2. Sanchez 0 for 3. Uh, it's just not, it's just one of those things to where it's just the hitting is just as disappointing as the pitching now, and there was a time where at least you could say about the Yankees, oh, at least the pitching was really good. Now you can't even say that because, you go into these next few games where you just see the pitching continues to fail us. And now we just have no one to blame but ourselves. Like the pitching is bad, the hitting is bad, managing is bad. Everything's just so tough about the Yankees right now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's no words I could say right now. I'm going to get into a specific stat when we transfer over to the Minnesota Twins series, but rough. Let's get into Game 3.
Game 3, pretty much the same type of stuff. 6-2, Tigers win the game. Yankees again, just they can't hit. I mean, we're looking at below 200 batting average for the team. Under the Mendoza line, 12 strikeouts, by the way. Wow. Will Warren, okay outing, like not terrible. 5.1 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 7 Ks, gave up a home run. Not bad. Our main man, Camilo Duvall, another loss. Amazing. You love to see it. At this, whatever, might as well. Rice 1 for 3. Dominguez again still can't hit. Bellinger went 0 for 5 that game. I don't know even what to say about that anymore. Rosario 1 for 5, drove in a run. Home run also. Spencer Jones again got the hit. Cabby playing outfield has been controversial too. He played center field, I believe, on July 4th and whatever. Like, it's just, again, it's so strange. We have outfielders who should be playing outfield and they're not, and we called down Spencer Jones, and all of a sudden we have an infielder playing center field, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's just like you don't know what to say. The Tigers, we got swept by the Tigers. We did not expect that. Last time we faced the Tigers, obviously, it was much easier. I think we gave up one game. It was a tough game. It wasn't like the Yankees, kind of gave it up. Like, no, they fought hard, and you can't win them all. Um, and obviously, going into July 3rd against the Twins, they had more success. But again, they will continue to show this decline, which is just hasn't stopped for the Yankees at all.
Yeah, you really put the X on the spot. I don't know the phrase. I'm sorry. I'm not a great podcaster. But there's no excuse. I mean, the bullpen has been very disastrous. Camilo Duvall, I can't defend you this time, man. 2 outs and you somehow managed to get the bases loaded right after at that point, and the Tigers managed to strap on 2 more runs. This was, however, a better game for the Yankees in terms of making a contact hitting game. We saw like majority of the game that the Yankees just didn't know like what the fuck they were doing until like in the ninth inning, where Amit Rosario, the main man, came in the clutch and tied the game. Now that was a great opportunity, especially in the bottom of the TEF, where we had the bases loaded for like a quick second, and Oswaldo Cabrera could not put the game to bed for us. And it's I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You sw- the t- I'm gonna bring up a stat before I go back to that game 3. In total, the Yankees struck out 36 times from this 3-game stretch. 36 times? How the hell? I get it. Like, you're in a scenario where you have to perform well. Listen, you're playing for the Yankees. That's the biggest thing. But 36 times is just simply unacceptable. And a lot of these strikeouts that I've seen are just swinging strikeouts. Oswaldo Cabrera swung and missed from no man's land. Ali Sanchez, as much as I like Ali Sanchez got put in a rough position as well when he struck out. But it was brutal to watch. It was a really brutal match. This was a game, at least, if you can't win the first 2 games, You have to win the third game. And in a division where the the seed is wide open, I'll put it through that perspective. Unacceptable. Yeah, like it's unacceptable. So the Twins series, if you didn't win a game for the Twins series, I think I might have would have killed somebody. I think I might have, because it's like this is a game that you surely need to win. And so I think the problem was is that I wasn't in Yankee Stadium. Of course, Frankie should have been in Yankee Stadium as well, but I wasn't there. So shout out to Angel. We went to a Yankees game. We were at a suite. It was really fun. The Delta 360 suite is a good suite, but they don't offer a lot of good food. I mean, they do offer good food, but it's not free, which sucks the most. So, and especially no free chicken buckets. Like Freaky, that's so devastating.
The premier
No free
item
chicken buckets.
you can get, like, yeah, I know that's just too much, Um,
Awful,
yeah,
awful,
it's really
devastating. But anyways, this was a game that the Yankees needed to win, and sure enough, they won. Garrett Cole got the start. Tremendous effort, 5 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts. Really, the Yankees found their way around the Minnesota Twins. This was a game where they only got 4 strikeouts this time, which is way less than we have seen. A lot of good contact hitting from Trent Grisham, who just got back from the IL. Ben Rice did his job. Jason Dominguez did his job. And overall, we got to Padres very early, and we just kind of stuck from there. Bednar put to the bed finally after coming back from maternity leave. We needed him a couple games earlier, but I'm glad that he's here now. And honestly, heading to the next game, surely they keep this momentum up, right, Frankie? Surely.
Yeah, of course. July 4th game 2 of the series. While everyone is, enjoying themselves, hanging out with family, going out with friends, you're probably on the beach or at the pool. Guess what? I was like, yeah, you know what? I really, I'm not doing much. Let's put on the Yankees game. Let's watch. I mean, they won yesterday's game. July 4th, fireworks. Why not? Fireworks went off, but not for the Yankees. Twins win 11-4. Um, just I mean, who is this guy? I mean, who is the starting pitcher? Brian Beck, I believe that's his name, and 3 innings, all of his runs earned, gave up 5 runs, 3 Ks, three. I mean, he's almost got a 10 ERA. I really don't know who this guy is. Grisham at DH, like, um, why is I mean, look, whatever. Grisham was playing DH. Goldschmidt eventually got into Rice 0 for 3. Bellinger still really can't swing it. He
Yeah.
did get an extra base hit. Dominguez finally got hits that led to nothing. Good for you. Volpe again, just I think there's like a certain record, like if you look into it, Volpe, if he's if he's your starting shortstop, the Yankees have lost more games than they've won. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. I mean, whatever, I guess. Ryan
Coincidence?
McMahon,
I think not. I think it's
I
just
think
Anthony
not.
Volpe.
I do agree. He's been kind of cursed. And Schumann, there you go. Finally, an outfielder actually playing an outfield, 2 for 2, whatever. He did his thing. Good stuff from him.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I mean, whatever. The other pitchers were fine, but yeah, it's just like how does this happen? Like, how does this always happen? Like, you think that the Yankees are gonna make this good momentum, bring it into the next game, and they kind of just falter. They just let it go. You don't know who to blame. Like, I mean, you could blame it on a guy that I don't even know who this guy is. Like, they started a guy who he doesn't even have his picture up. I don't even know what this guy looks like. And I watched the game and I still can't tell you what he looks like because all I saw was the Twins. I was just watching the Twins hit extra base hits, home runs. I mean, Josh Bell hit from both sides of the plate for a home run. When have I ever seen that from Josh Bell? Never. I don't think I've ever seen that. He looked like Mickey Mantle playing at
Mhm.
Yankee Stadium. That's not
Mhm.
cool. Like, it's just very upsetting. And the other thing is just like, sure, the Twins are not like a pushover team. Like, could we like not to say that like the Twins are have a decent squad, but we're the Yankees. Like we're the Yankees. Like it doesn't matter how. Oh, that's a nice little squad you got there. Like no matter how good your squad is, we should have the best chance of winning. And it just again, it's like no matter what squad we play, we just like I don't know if we can really succeed. I mean, we beat the White Sox in the last series against them. Okay, like I don't even know. Like going into these series, I don't know if we could even beat the I don't even know if we could beat the Rockies at this moment. That's just how bad the Yankees feel.
No, I'll no, they will not beat the Rockies. They will not beat any team. That's just how this is just how it's the Yankees are programmed at this point. Let's just swing at every fucking pitch and let's see if we can actually make some good contact. Game 3. So now switching over, we got game 3 in Minnesota, and this was just another terrible outing. I mean, Joe Ryan is the owner of the New York Twins. The New York Twins, the New York Yankees. Complete dominance from him. We did not find a way about Joe Ryan. We struck out 11 times. 10 of those strikeouts. 9 of those strikeouts came from Joe Ryan. I got nothing. I got nothing. This was just another terrible game for the Yankees where they just deadass forgot how to hit until in the 9th inning, which is a pattern that I'm noticing with the Yankees. It's just like, oh, let's try to lock in and make a comeback for the 9th inning. I got news for you guys. That's just not how work. That's just not how comebacks work. Comebacks takes time. Just because you're in the 9th inning doesn't always mean you're going to make something to keep in mind. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just again, it's just one of those things where it's just so disappointing. I mean, again, in the last game of the series, you face arguably, the Twins' most elite pitcher in Joe Ryan, which is great. For the Twins, obviously, again, yes, 7 innings, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
9 strikeouts is always going to be a great stat line. Only giving up 3 hits
Right.
and walking one. Again, yeah, it's like, yeah, you're right. It's like towards the end of the games, that's when the Yankees want to start swinging it, and I don't understand. Like, you would think that they like take such long breaks between like games. Like, you would think that the Yankees have like a 4-day stretch of
Right.
like break up until their next game. Like, no, you guys play back-to-back games. You guys play like every day.
Right.
But they play like they haven't like during like spring training.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like out there. And it's just so it's insane to me. I mean, again, you look and it's like, okay, who's gonna get one hit today? Like, it's not even about who's gonna earn you a win, who's gonna get the
No, we
home run,
didn't.
who's gonna get the extra base hits. Like, oh no, who's gonna get the single today? Who's gonna get walked more than once today? Because it's like that's what you're starting to expect. You're just starting to expect like the smallest amount of effort from the Yankees. And that's just basically what you see. I mean, this guy, we had such high hopes in the beginning of the season, and now I'm just thinking like, I did because he did look good. He looked good in his early starts, and he was playing against some good teams. Now it's just like I think he's had all his hope sucked out of him basically playing on the Yankees, and I think you need to ship him off also. Like, hopefully he can have a you know, um, better time somewhere else at this point. I just don't think his time on the Yankees is going to work out because even when he was pitching good, the Yankees refused to give him run support, obviously.
No.
And yeah, now that he's not playing good, guess what? The Yankees still are not giving him run support, so it doesn't even matter. Um, so that's just something to think about. I really don't know,
No.
uh, the other thing I guess really is too is just like we do
You know
need
what this
like this
is?
team needs
It's
a
a
rebuild. Like
2023 season.
I don't
I
know
think
what
that's the
it
perfect way to
is. It
describe this
can't like
Yankees
this
team.
cannot be a
Aaron
World
Judge
Series
gets
team.
hurt, the whole team
And that's
fucking
what the
fumbles.
media was trying to set
It's,
up.
it's
That's what the
that's
Yankees
literally
and
how I
the
see the
the
Yankees,
Cashman was
and
trying
it's
to say that, oh,
frustrating
we can
because
run it
that's
back. We
not
made
how
it.
you
We
should
can run it
look
back.
at this
This is not
team
a
because
running
this
back
team
team
has
at
so
all.
much
This
potential.
is like
But it's
a
just
get
like
eliminated
there are so
before.
many
Like
things that
this
are
is not
wrong
even
with
like
this
a
team. And you're right,
qualifying
there needs to be a
postseason team,
rebuild. And there
in
also
my
needs to
opinion.
be
At the
a point in time where we say, you know, fire Boone. I don't think I've ever said this enough. I don't think any Yankee fan has said this enough. Fire Boone. Stop swinging at every pitch and let's get back on track. Because we're at a point now where the Blue Jays are starting to make a reassurance. There, or I don't know the word. It's not coming to my name. They're starting to come up from the ashes like a phoenix. The Orioles are not a good team, but they're slowly making that comeback. We're losing that
right.
playoff spot if the Yankees keep on playing the way that they are playing. Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
that is true. I mean, again, tonight obviously they're gonna play the Rays, who's leading the AL East division. I think by 5 games or something like that. Um, yeah, basically you just have this thing where it's like you have to win these games. Like this series against the Rays, you have to win because if you're losing, like we already got swept by the Red Sox, do not get swept by the Rays because that basically will just let every team know, like, oh, the Yankees are out of the run. Like going into the All Star break, they're out of the run. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Yankees will take on the Rays tonight at the time of recording. Wednesday will pass and the first 2 games will already be played. So we'll see what happens in due time. And this will be like the big game for us as Yankees fans, AL East teams to see, do we have an actual chance against the Rays? No. But we'll see how they play. Then the Yankees will go back up north to take on Washington, D.C. They'll play a 3 game set. And then we'll head over to our great rivals over at LA, the Dodgers, which that will be a fun game. Actually, my mistake. We'll be hosting the Dodgers. That will be fun. And then we'll host the Pirates, but that's also a team that we'll cover in the next 2 episodes. So a lot of good baseball, but it's also, you know, the panic button has been pressed. If the Yankees don't get a win out of this 7 game stretch, I might lose it. I really might lose it. I think Frankie will lose it too. I think Frankie will rob a bank because of that.
Yeah, look out, Chase. Look out, Capital One.
He will rob a bank. He will rob a bank. I mean, you heard the siren. They're looking
I'm
for
pretty
him, but he's
dangerous. So, and I'm even more dangerous if the Yankees keep losing. But I do have to mention, the stat came up when I was looking into just how bad the Yankees were and are and continue to be.
Mhm.
Uh, 29 unearned runs in the last 15 games as of yesterday. So it's not just the pitching, it's also, and it's not just the hitting, it's also the defense. And we've already brought up the fact that so
Right.
many like weird things have just been happening defensively. It's just like Volpe errors, Cabby errors playing center field for some reason. Um I mean, you have to start Ahmed Rosario because Ryan McMahon just sucks so hard, but then obviously you give up the fact that Ryan McMahon is such a great defender. First base, you really have to decide between, who wants to go over 3 first. Currently Ben Rice or Paul Goldschmidt. Um, you send down Spencer Jones, a guy who was actually getting on base and playing good defense, and now you don't have him no more. Grisham, who literally came back, played outfield, I think, like one day and then DH'd for some reason. I don't know. Judge, I don't even know what's the update on Judge. I still don't think they know like when his recovery day is gonna be, like when his potential comeback is gonna be. Same thing with Stan. I feel like I haven't heard nothing from Stan in such a long time. So it's just one of those things where it's like you're looking for good news and the Yankees are not providing it at all. Just at all. Um and I don't know, somebody's got to make a sacrifice. Like just who's going to be the one to step up for the Yankees? He could be playing second base every single day. And he's not. Why? Because we have Jazz, and he has this big contract, and you have to play him. You know, and it's just like I still think it's weird that Jazz basically has stated before, like, oh, he only wants to play second base. I think for this team to be successful, you have to make sacrifices, and the ultimate sacrifice is playing somewhere that you may not want to play. And I feel like that's something
Yeah.
that we may see. Um, I if Jazz ends up playing third base or somewhere in the outfield, first because I remember Jazz playing outfield. It was way better than Caballero playing outfield. Because Jazz is just that guy. He's just an athlete. Like he's an actual athlete, and he's got legs. He's got an arm.
Yeah.
That's just what he is. He's great for that. I'm never gonna complain about that. He's definitely gifted in some ways.
Mm.
Like that's something. Or I would love to see Rice after the All Star game start hitting again. He's in such a major hitting slump. His defense has been perfectly fine at first base. Even between spending time at DH sometimes also, and obviously excuse
Mhm.
me, Goldschmidt having to play first base also. It's just like I don't know. You got to see this team make a comeback, and it starts with defense also.
Right. And you're completely right. This might be a crazy take, but there are some leadership qualities that the some Yankee players have on this team. I think the main image that most Yankee fans want to paint was actually originally Spencer Jones, because Spencer Jones was quote unquote hyped up as oh, it's the big Knicks Aaron Judge. When come on, he's a rookie. He's not going to get like 62 home runs. But the main person that I've always had trust in is Ben Rice, and I think Ben Rice can step up. I think it's also just the biggest thing is just the Yankees don't know how to manage Ben Rice. They don't know how to manage Jazz Chisholm. They don't know how to manage Caballero, Volpe, Goldschmidt, the catching situation, the bullpen situation, the pitching rotation, and that is a problem for the Yankee management to be figured out. I think that's just my biggest takeaway from that.
No, yeah, absolutely. And again, I mean, every Yankees fan has been calling for the firing of Boone since about the time he got the job. After his first season, they were already like, yeah, it's time to get someone more serious in here. And honestly, I used to really defend Boone, and I used to be like, listen, you can't predict some of these things that happen, some of these things that he has to be the face of. But it's like every day that passes that you see the Yankees do something stupid, and guess who's the mastermind behind it? Like you have to guess, oh, he's the guy. It really makes you feel like, oh my
It's
god,
like Scooby
like this
Doo,
is
take off the mask. Go, it's Aaron
yeah, oh,
Boone.
it's Aaron Boone, Yankee manager, because that's what the blame comes down to. It's just the way he plays. It's just like the way he manages. It's just like no, you can't have this continue happening.
And and he would have gotten away with it if it was for your meddling kids. I mean, listen, like I I wasn't the biggest Aaron Boone defender. You know, when he first got the job, there was different scenarios. The Astros cheated the whole thing with them, and then the Red Sox. We stood no chance to get the Red Sox. The Red Sox were great. I remember talking to this old man. This is this is a true story. This is a very true story. I remember 2023. The Yankees had one of the worst seasons in the past 15 years. I remember I wore a Yankees sweater because this was like September, October ish. Our old man, he came up to me. He was wearing a Yankees hat, and he went up to me and he said, "Excuse me, sir. Do you still trust Aaron Boone?" And I told him, "Yes, I still trust Aaron Boone because I still think that the Yankees can make it to a World Series under Boone's management." If Boone realizes the certain plays that need to be made, we can make a World Series. Guess what? 1 year later, the Yankees are in the World Series. But what lost my trust was Nestor Cortez coming up into the plate and first pitch swinging. Freddie Freeman kills the Yankees fans' hopes of a World Series. We could look back and dissect every single game, every single mistakes of Aaron Boone's, career as a Yankee manager. Truth of the matter is that stuff is in the past. I know I just talked about the past, which is kind of contradictory. But the truth of the matter is that that stuff is in the past. It is time to focus on the now and for the foreseeable future. And I don't see Aaron Boone as a great general manager for the Yankees moving forward. That's not crazy to say. It's not.
Yeah, no, it's not crazy. It's literally not. I don't know what, because it comes down to like just the fact like who is going to be this next manager for the Yankees? Because I is it going to be it's not going to be a
Imagine,
former
imagine
player.
Carlos Mendoza.
It's not. Um, no, 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 no. Even though obviously, again, my feelings with him, I don't think it was his fault that the Mets just sucked. I think that's just the Mets being Mets. I think anybody who is gonna be the manager there was just gonna have a really bad time. Um, if a former player does come and ends up the coach of the Yankees, manager of the Yankees, it's definitely gonna be like
Mm,
Jorge Posada, because he has managerial experience now. And I mean, guys, catchers make the
I
best
agree.
managers typically. I just feel like that's what it is. If you just look into the history of like player turned like catcher turned managers, they work out pretty well. Hello, Joe Torre, manager for the Yankees, was a catcher at first, and of course he ended up playing third and first or whatever. But yeah, so it's just one of those things. Oh, maybe Posada, he has experience with Team Italy. I would not be shocked if he ends up being somewhere up there in the possibilities. Um, but yeah, again, it's just the Yankees need to work on it. And honestly, again, the All Star break is coming up. Make your final decisions. Find out what this season's gonna be. If this season's just gonna be a season where the Yankees are gonna take the L, we're gonna decide, okay, it's just time to like fix the team up a little bit. Then yeah, like some guys are on the chopping block. Like some of the guys that we just mentioned who are
Yeah.
struggling, they're on the chopping block. You have to find out what you're gonna do with them, because this team does not need to get older. Like we're done. I'm done with the old time Yankees. Like I don't want to see like the next big contract is a guy who's like pushing 36 or something like that. Like I don't want to see that no
Yeah.
more. I'm done with that. I want to see young guys again. I just want to see let's see good talent. Let's see like more Rice. Let's see more Jazz. Let's see more. I almost said Volpe.
Let's
Like
see
let's just see
Volpe. Yeah.
good guys again. I don't
Listen,
care.
I
Whatever.
I always think that Volpe has potential. Maybe not with the Yankees, but still plenty of time. I mean, the biggest experiment with having young players was the Baby Bombers, and that was a major success 2 years later when we had our stretch, and then Aaron Boone came to play. So I want to see better success for these players. I want to see better success for the Yankees. Obviously, you're not gonna win every game, but you know what? Fuck that mentality. You need to start winning games. Simple. Like you need to start winning games. This is not, oh, we'll play tomorrow and somehow we'll be better. No. Look at the division right now. Tampa is in control. We don't want Tampa in control. We want the Yankees in control. We want the Yankees to win the World Series, and I think that's my biggest takeaway.
Yeah, and again, I just mentioned the All Star Game, and we were just talking about the potential starters for these games just last week also. Now, for I guess we should start in the AL. We were talking about the AL. We were thinking, and we still can possibly think, Cam Schlittner was going to be the starter for the AL. Why? Because he was definitely, arguably, the best AL starter throughout the before the All Star break, the first half of the season. Um, but now
Yeah.
with his current struggles and with the Yankees struggling, I don't know if you can still say that he's the potential starter for the All Star game, as disappointing as that might be. And you just kind of have to
Hmm.
see who's the other options and kind of pick from them. And I was wondering, who do you think is going to start for the AL this season?
I think the AL it's down to 4 people. I think Dylan Cease might get it. Dylan Cease has been terrific for the Blue Jays. Parker Messick has also been great for the Guardians, but I think with just like his high ERA, I don't think that's starting material. Drew Rosman, who the Yankees are going to face at some point, has been a beast as well for the Rays. But if I had to pick one, and this is not me just hating, this is me just being a more of a statistical animal, Dylan Cease. Dylan
And
Cease should be
in
the
some ways,
starter.
I have to agree. I mean, Dylan Cease is just one of those guys. Which, by the way, it's just so amazing. Like, it wasn't just that long ago that he was pitching in the NL. He was having a lot of success with the Padres, and then he moves to the AL, and he continues to have a lot of success. Um, Dylan Cease is one of those guys where it's like he has so much good like stuff. Like, we want to talk about stuff, pitcher stuff. Dylan Cease has it. He just has so much great pitching options, and he's always fun to watch. Whether he has a big old mustache or he's clean shaven or he's got long hair, he's always changing his look. You never know what he's gonna look like in his next start, and it's always fun to watch. And of course, yeah, I don't think Parker Messick is gonna get the start. I just with the way the Guardians are, with the way his ERA is a little inflated at the moment, and I just don't see that happening. And Rosamond, uh, yeah, I mean, he's always such a consistent starter. He's always such a consistent pitcher. Um, if the Rays were to get an all-star starting pitcher in the next few seasons, it's definitely going to be this season, with Tampa leading the AL East and him being such an elite starter. I would not be shocked at all. Um, and again, I do think Cam still has a shot despite his recent struggles and the Yankees' recent struggles. Just solely off the fact that, you know what, a bad few starts isn't really going to take away from the fact that he's having such a great season. And then I guess you could really get into the NL. The NL potential, I think, also does come down to these four guys right here: Chase Burns, Jacob Mizraowski, Chris Sale, and Christopher Sanchez. Um, of course, the game is starting in Philadelphia. The All Star game is in Philadelphia. I would not be shocked if Christopher Sanchez got the start. Despite despite today's
I don't
game,
know.
because yes, the Royals completely demolished the Phillies today, and yes, Christopher Sanchez was starting. I think he got pulled out early, right? Though he got pulled out early. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
because
got
they
pulled
don't want
out
to hurt his
early.
ERA, even though it definitely took a hit today. Um, Mizraowski, I think, is the most exciting, most thrilling pitcher at the moment, which is crazy to say because it felt like just a season ago, Paul Skeens was that guy. Now, Paul Skeens, he's not. I mean, we didn't even
Right.
mention him, and I think that's with good reason. I think just these guys from the NL are just showing off way more than Paul Skeens is at the moment. Again, that's nothing against Paul Skeens. It's just these guys are so electric right now. These are the guys that you kind of want to see in the All Star game. The Reds have been really exciting. I like Chase Burns a lot. Him and Hunter Green are,
Yeah.
just such an electric 1-2 punch for the Reds. And I would not be surprised to see them get into the postseason with those two being the two best pitchers in the National League, in the postseason. You never know. And Chris Sale, I mean, he's always gonna be elite, it seems like time is not stopping for him. He just continues to he's like wine, he just gets better with age. And I mean, yeah, the Braves are a successful team at the moment, a lot better than last season, and I think it could be nice to see him start a game too.
I agree. I agree. Personally, I think the NL Stars should go to Jacob Mizraowski just because he's been killing it this season. I really am surprised about it. Although I wouldn't be surprised if Christopher Sanchez got more votes because, he's playing in Philly. It's the 250th anniversary. What could be more perfect than Philly pitch or the America's 250th anniversary? So, but yeah, this game, this next few games, I'm going to be incredibly nervous. My nails are going to be biting. I'm going to bite my nails for this game. If the Yankees don't get at least one win, I'm raising the white flag. I am. I'm going to raise the white flag because this should not get this out of hand. But because of certain injuries from our star players, it just seems like the Yankees just lost all of their confidence. So it's time to get it back. It is time to stop moping around, stop losing. If you need me to come to the games, I am kind of available. You just gotta pay for my ticket. That's right. And pay. You know what? Pay for
Yeah,
Frankie's
sure.
tickets.
I'm down to
Frankie
watch
needs to go
one.
to some more
Yeah, we could be
game.
like mascots.
Yes, take Frankie.
Yeah, and
Yes,
in
yes.
other news, other AL, excuse me, other All Star news, you kind of have the fact like, we were talking about it. There's no Puerto Rican All Stars this All Star game, the first time since 1988. Um, and of course, that's within good reason. I just think that the league is just so talented at the moment. And a lot of the guys that you would typically see start and, Puerto Rican starters that you would typically see, they have either struggled or have been injured this season. So, of course, it doesn't happen, but it is really disappointing to see when you know that there's so many great Puerto Rican players at the moment who maybe should have been available for this All Star game and they're not. Um, Again, obviously the first two that come to mind is Francisco Lindor, Edwin Diaz. Edwin Diaz, he's too busy betting on cockfighting, which is great. Also, very cool stuff. Nice one. And then obviously Francisco Lindor, who just forgot how to play baseball for a little while, and he plays for the Mets. So of course, he's got some bad juju on him. Um,
A little bit. A
like,
little
yeah,
bit.
definitely a little bit at least. So, and I don't know if you've heard, but you heard that the Mets are trying to actually get rid of Lindor potentially also. That he's on.
Listen, we need a shortstop. Come over
That would be
here.
crazy, right? He could stay in New York. He could just move
Hmm.
across to the Bronx.
He
I'm just
could.
saying, I would not be opposed to that.
Yes, he doesn't.
Not opposed to
We're
that.
just a train stop away.
Yeah, I would not be opposed to that at all. I think that'd be really, oof. Nah, let me not even. Again, even with his struggles, you're still getting such a way better shortstop than what you have right now. So, just saying, could be exciting.
Yeah.
Um, the in other news, you also have the first participant of the home run derby. Junior Caminero is also going to be starting. He's the first participant to be revealed. It's definitely expected that in the next few days we'll continue to see who else might be qualified for the home run derby. There's speculations at least one Yankee is going to be there. Most likely they keep saying Ben Rice. Um, should Ben Rice
Maybe.
go to the
Maybe.
home run derby? No. Probably not. And the reason why I say that is just because,
Pro-
I mean, people always say that the home run derby maybe messes with your swing sometimes. I refuse to believe that. But maybe let's not take the chance that it maybe does.
Does he
Yeah,
know?
I know, right?
Does he know?
Because
Mhm.
my thing is old school players used to do the home run derby. They never stopped hitting. It's not like, oh, I
Yeah.
forgot how to hit after the home run derby. Like, no, it didn't matter. Like, players still hit home runs and they still hit for contact, whatever. Um, and then,
Yeah.
you know,
That's literally the truth. I don't get that
yeah,
logic
because
either.
again, I mean, the first guy, I mean, when I think of the home run derby, I think of Griffey Jr. I don't remember Griffey Jr. ever struggling after a home run derby to hit home runs or hit for extra base hits or just hit in general.
Struggling to get a ring, maybe, but that's about
Yeah,
it.
well, and that's what happens when you play in Seattle, and then you play for the
Yeah.
Reds, and then you play for the White Sox. So, yeah, that's not easy at all. Good luck with that. But
It's kind of like terrible after no great team, but then terrible team.
Yeah, I mean, it's not definitely not the best circumstances, and obviously, but he was a great talent, anyways. But and then I guess to finish off sort of AL NL news with the All Star going into the All Star break, Yordan Alvarez is a potential Triple Crown winner for the AL. He's only
Ooh,
second.
interesting.
He's second in batting average currently. He's hitting 320. And he's also first in home runs with 29 home runs and first in RBIs with 67 RBIs. Um,
6-7.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
gonna happen. Whatever. But yeah, potential first AL Triple
Yeah.
Crown since Miguel Cabrera. I potentially think that's true.
Yep. Since Miguel Cabrera.
And this would be very exciting, even though it's not a Yankee, obviously. Just because I think Yordan Alvarez is an exciting player. He's again your
I agree.
typical true DH. He do not playing him in outfield if you can. There's a reason why the Astros typically play him at DH, okay? And he's just awesome. He's awesome. He plays a great game. He has a great swing. Um, if Judge can't be Triple Crown winner this season, you might as well give it to someone else. I don't think anybody else on the Yankees is really in for competition. Rice was at one point. He's definitely not going to be after his recent struggles. He's out of the game. And definitely it won't definitely be Cal. It's not going to be Cal this season. Not to really.
Nope.
Just saying,
Nope.
just saying,
Nope.
it ain't gonna
Hey,
be him. Um,
we'll see.
and one
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, one other piece of news that I have to get to is definitely Aroldis Chapman has become the all-time leader in reliever strikeouts, 1,364 strikeouts. I don't even know him when he first got into the league. I'm not even anybody was completely sure that he would be as successful as he was. And it's really great to see. Obviously, former Yankee and current Red Sox, sure, whatever. But he's just such a great talent. He's always going to be a great talent. Even at his age, he's just continuing to show that he is literally one of the best of all time. And him breaking this record, him becoming the leader in this in the all-time strikeouts for relievers. I mean, this is such a huge moment, a huge accomplishment. Um, Definitely an exciting baseball achievement. Basically for a reliever, you have the all-time strikeouts, you have saves, you have, winning your chips, winning possible Cy Youngs, things like that, closer awards. And yeah, Chapman has done a lot in his career. I think Chapman is definitely going to be going down as a Hall of Famer. I mean, if anybody wants to argue that he is not a Hall of Famer, I think you're going to have to put up a really good argument that he's not. And yeah, I mean, besides that, I think that's about all the news for today. Thank you again for catching up with us this week. It's been such an exciting time, not with the Yankees, but just around baseball overall. And of course, we'll continue to watch the Yankees. We're always going to support the Yankees here on the channel. But this is Frankie Crespo and Teo Kum signing off, and we'll see you in next week's episode. See ya.